Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 4 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 1582, special positions in a binary matrix. So in this problem, you are given an m into n binary matrix and we have to return the number of special positions in this matrix. So a position I comma j is called special if matrix of ij value is equal to 1 and all the other elements in the row I and column j are 0. Rows and columns are 0 indexed. So here if you see this example number 1, let's say this is your row 0, this is your row 1, this is row 2, and this is nothing but your column 0, column 1, column 2. So now here if you see this particular cell, so this cell value is 1 and all the other elements in this row are 0 and all the other elements in this column are 0. So this is a special cell, but this is not a special cell. Here we have value equal to 1, but if you see all the values in this column are not 0, here we have one more 1. So this is not a special cell. So a cell is called special if that cell value is 1 and all the other elements in the row and column are 0. And here if you see the constant size is very small, only up to 100. So let's first apply the brute force, and with the brute force also our solution will be accepted. So brute force is very simple. So here if you see here in this code, so let's create one variable count, and count value let's keep it 0. And here let's say your m is nothing but the number of rows, so that's nothing but m at dot length, and your n is nothing but the number of columns, so int n is equal to mat, and here you have to write 0 first row, pick that, and here just calculate the length. So it is given in our code that we will have at least one row and one column. So this is given, right? Because the constant, if you see, it is starting from 1, and then after that you have to just run nested loops. So here int I is equal to 0, I is less than m, I plus plus, and then after that you have to just run one more loop for the column int j is equal to 0, j is less than n, and here j plus plus. So here what you need to check, first condition for a cell to be valid is that if the matrix of I j value is equal to 1. So this is what I'm going to write here. So if it is equal to 1, then after that we have to do one more check that all the other values in the row and column they are 0. So here I'm just going to call one helper method, let's say valid. So in this valid helper method I'm just going to pass the value of my current row, current column that I'm taking, the total number of rows, total number of columns, and I will pass the matrix. So if we return true from this helper method, then only I will do count plus plus, and here your for loop ends, and here you are simply going to return count. That's it. Now we just need to write the code for this helper method. So here I will write that private boolean and this valid, and in this I will pass int I, int j, then int m, then int n, and then after that I will pass this matrix. Now here what we need to do, so let's run one loop int t is equal to 0 and t is less than n. So I'm going to iterate over all the columns right now, t plus plus of that particular row. So row is fixed. So here, but one thing I need to make sure that this t value, it should not be equal to j, because I don't need to check that particular cell. So other than this cell, other than this cell, I have to check all the other cells in that row or in that column and make sure that they are not equal to 1. So here that's why I'm writing t is not equal to j, and now here matrix, so row is fixed. So row, this row I will pick, this is fixed here, and here t is nothing but the column, and I make sure that this t value should not be equal to j, because I'm not checking this. I'm checking all the other cells in that row except this particular cell in that row. And if this value comes out to be 1 anywhere, simply return false from here. Simply return false from here. That's it. So in this way you are checking all the columns in that row. Now we have to check all the rows in that particular column. So here, instead of j, I will write I, and this time this I will check all the rows for that particular column. So column is fixed, so j. That's it. So here I make sure that when I'm iterating like this, so I like here, if I'm iterating like this, so I don't need to pick this. So that is why t is not, I'm not picking that particular row, t is not equal to I. And other than that, I'm going to pick all the other ones, like here this, then this. So if anywhere I see 1, then return false. That's it. And here return true if we still didn't return false anywhere. That's it. So now let's run the code. This is brute force. So see, all the test cases has been passed, and now let's submit it. All right, so there is some issue. So let's see where we are getting this issue. Okay, so here here we are checking all the columns in our matrix. Here we have to check all the rows, na, but rows will go until this m value, na, not n. So that's the change. So let's submit it again. So see, our solution is accepted, right? Now what is the time complexity for this one? So time complexity is nothing but O of m for this, O of m for this. Then we are running one nested loop for n time, so m into n. Then we are calling this method inside this only. So here again multiply into, and if you see in this method, this is running for n time and this is running for m time. So here I will write m plus n this time. So this is nothing but my time complexity. But we can further optimize it in approach 2. So in approach 2, how I'm going to optimize it? So here if you see this particular example, so whenever I see 1 here, okay, so this is, let's say, your row 0, row 1, row 2, column 0, column 1, column 2. So first I will just count the number of ones in a row and column. So I will create two array. One is row count, and here we have total 3 rows, right? And here I will create one more array, column count, and here we have 3 columns in total, right? So here if I see this one here, so this is nothing but add position r0 and c0. So here 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 0 index, 1 index, 2 index. So what I will do here, this is at r0 and c0. So here I will add 1, because in this row I'm seeing 1, and in this column also I'm seeing 1. So here I will update. Then that's it, nothing. Here if you see at this position r1 c1 you are seeing, so here you are writing 1 1. Then here you are seeing 1 at r2 comma c2. So here you are going to get 1 1. So now this is how I'm going to fill it. Same way here, if you see in this case, if you fill, so rc and cc, again here also you have 3 values only. Here also you have 3 values only. And here this here you are writing at 0 comma 0. So this is going to become 1 comma 1. Then here you are seeing, so this is at r1 and c2. So at 1 and c2 here, if you give the indexing 0 1 2 0 1 2, clear. And here if you see, you are seeing one more time here at r2 c0. So r2 is this, and c0, so here you are going to make it 2. Here in this column you are seeing this 2 times, na? So this is correct. In this column 2 times, in this it is still 0, na? So here in this column 0 times, here in this column 1 time, and here in this row 1 time, 1 time, 1 time. So this is correct. This is how you are going to fill. Same way here, right? So once this is done, then what you need to do, then after that, so after that what you need to do, here you are just going to iterate again. So here you see 1. So now at R0 and C0 you are getting 1, right? And also you need to make sure that at this position you are seeing 1 only. So if you are not seeing 1 anywhere, so in that case you have to return false, so it is not valid. So now it is very easy for me, right? So first I will do this in m into n. Then after that again I will run one more loop that will also run for m into n only. So overall it's nothing but m into n only actually, right? M into n running. I'm running this for m into n. Again I'm running for m into n. So overall this is nothing but O of 2 into m into n, and simply we can write m into n here. So here like if you are here, so see this is 1, and in R1 and C2, R1 and C2 you are seeing 1 1. So that's true. That's it. So nothing complex here. What I will do here, I don't need to write this separately, so I'm just going to remove it. And here the time complexity I will reduce it further. I don't need to do this now. Only in m into n I will solve it. So here again what you need to do, count, take it to 0, and m and n we will keep like this only. And here I'm just going to create two array. One is row count, and here new int m we need to write here, and here I will write for column count, or you can simply write call count is equal to new int n. And now here what we will do, we'll just count once, count once in rows and columns. So here you are just running like this, and if this is the case, if mat of ij value is equal to 1, then instead of this just operate row count at this I, just increment it by 1, and column count at this j, just increment by 1. That's it. So this is how you are going to count it. Now this is done. Now after that again what you need to do, again you have to run this one more time here. And now in this, if we will just increment the count value this time, but with few conditions we are checking now here. And the row count we already calculated at this I, so it should be equal to 1 only. And call count at this j, it should be equal to 1 only. That's it. So this is what we are checking here. And yeah, that's it. So here this is m into n times plus m into n times, so of 2 into m into n, that is nothing but m into n. So let's run it. So see, all the test cases has been passed. Now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? And if you see the time complexity, so it is nothing but O of m into n. So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem. And if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you guys next video. Thank you. Bye bye.